boundaries higher than you can jump. People pleasing is really just a delusion that you think that somebody else's life is worth more than yours. And I'm here to tell you that that is false. People pleasing is just letting people play in your face for free on your time. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today we are going to be talking about how to stop being a people pleaser. So if you clicked on this video, you're somebody who either can't put themselves first in situations, or you feel like other people's feelings matter more in a situation than your own. And I'm here to tell you, no. Because sometimes people just need to hear it out loud. No, you are not to put your own self to the back burner when you're the one living that life. You see, nobody else is you. Nobody knows what you're feeling. Nobody knows what you saw. Nobody knows what you ate yesterday. Nobody knows those kinds of things but you, right? So if you're the only person that knows every single little detail of what's going on with you, you are also the only person that can stand up for you in those situations, because you know what's triggering you. You know what you don't like. You know what's irritating you. You know what makes you happy, what makes you sad, whatever, right? So if you're the only person that can know those things, it is your now sole purpose to protect those emotions and feelings that come from everything that you experienced in life, right? So let's say you got into a car accident, right? So when cars are coming down at you fast on the crosswalk, you're gonna stop, right? Another person who never got into a car accident is not gonna really stop because they have no fear. Are y'all following now? We're here to we're here to protect ourselves during those times of triggers, right? So being a people pleaser, it also stems from, it can be from how you were raised. Maybe you were trained to put other people before you. It can come from you just don't want to hear the fuss or the argument. Like if somebody, like you're scared that if you say something like to stand up for yourself, it's going to make the other person retaliate towards you, which it shouldn't be, but sometimes it is that. And then sometimes it's just like, some people are too shy to even stand up for themselves to begin with. Now you have to stand up for yourself. Going against what somebody says, it feels like too much, right? So I'm going to give you guys 6 ways to go from people pleaser to pleasing yourself. Okay? Number 1, set clear boundaries and stick to them. If you say, like let's say you go out for drinks and someone says, hey, why didn't you get the lychee martini? Why did you just get lychee? I don't drink alcohol. If you tell them you don't drink alcohol and they're like, come on, it's one drink, like what's it gonna hurt? Like trying to convince you to drink alcohol, you need to look at them sideways and say no. Because the thing about standing on business is that when you stand on it, people are forced to either respect it or disrespect it. There's no way around it. That's why you have to stand on it. Because if you don't stand on it, you're giving them an opportunity to be like, well, you did it this one time, or well, you know, it's always a lot of well. You give leeway that it's not really disrespect. I didn't really force you to do it, but you know, and they know that they're forcing you to do it. It's just that if you don't stand on it, they have more wiggle room to say that you chose to do it on your own, when in reality you don't drink. So if you don't drink, you better keep telling them no. In fact, you're making me feel uncomfortable by forcing me to drink. Use that kind of language, because people love to make it seem as if you're the party pooper. You're ruining the vibe. You're not ruining anything. You're standing on business, and protecting your peace is your top priority. Protecting your aura is your top priority. So if you say no, stand on it. Prioritizing you is not neglecting the other person. It's uplifting yourself, and you are the sole proprietor of that business, that lifestyle, that energy. It's you. So protect it. Number 2, practice self-reflection, y'all. ask yourself, is this for me or for them? Because the thing about pleasing people is that you don't realize that you're pleasing them until you've done the action and the action made you unhappy and them happier. So let's say you're trying to figure out what you want to study in college, right? And your parents are telling you they want you to be a doctor, so you got to study medicine, right? But you don't want to study medicine. You want to do computer science. So ask yourself, am I really studying medicine so that I can be a successful doctor? Or am I studying medicine so that my parents can have a label for their kid? You have to ask yourself because it makes it so much easier to make decisions. When you dig a little bit deeper with everything and every decision that you make, it makes it clearer who you're doing it for. Now, I'm not saying dig deep on everything. We're not trying to go crazy, right? Because some things aren't that deep. But I want you guys to think about, who am I doing this for? And if you gotta write it down, say it out loud, talk to yourself in the mirror, whatever you gotta do to get it out, to get it back into your head of what you're really doing, do it. Ain't no judgment over here. That would be weird, right? I'm just letting y'all know sometimes the answer is literally within you. You have to look, but nobody's doing the digging for you. So I say do it now. Number 3, celebrate small wins that are just for you, not for anybody else. And let me tell you why. Because when you practice making your own self happy, it makes you understand and recognize what actually is for you. So let's say you have a goal of running, I don't know, 5 miles. I think that's good, like a good goal. I don't run. You run 5 miles, right? When you finish running the 5 miles, you're not gonna lose all the weight that you're planning to lose. You're not gonna become the most healthiest person on the planet right then and there. But that small win of you running the 5 miles, you're gonna feel so accomplished. It's gonna make you want to set more goals. It's gonna make you want to reach new heights. And because you're doing that, it's going to make you feel more confident in what pleases you the most. You're gonna know yourself a little bit more each accomplishment that you hit, each goal that you reach, because you're practicing making yourself please. I'm pretty sure nobody's running anywhere for anybody at any given day. I'm not running being out of breath, chest pounding for you. And that's not to say only running. Like, you can set these goals, like, I want to read this amount of books, I want to try this amount of new meals, like things like that. Like, you keep practicing making yourself happy, it lets you know yourself better. So when you know yourself better, you're going to know more about what you're doing for you as opposed to what you're doing for somebody else. You don't want to keep doing things for other people and get lost in the sauce. When you keep doing things to please other people, you forget who you are. That's the point I'm trying to make. I want you guys to practice making wins for yourself so you remember what makes you happy. You remember what makes you feel excited. Because if you keep remembering it and you keep practicing it, it's going to be harder to stray away from that, which means it's going to be harder to put somebody else's needs and happiness above your own. Number 4, protect your time and energy like it is a luxury, because it is, since it is limited. Now let me tell you, a lot of the time when you're pleasing somebody else, you forget that you're pleasing them on your time. You're pleasing them on your daily sacrifice. They're not doing it for you, you're doing it for them, which means they have the free day to choose themselves while you're spending the day to choose them. You see? You see? You see? You see? Stop putting other people first, because your time is so limited, and the scariest part is that you don't even know when it stops. You don't even know when your heart is gonna take its last beat. You just know it's coming. So the least you can do for yourself is choose you. The least you can do for yourself is make sure that you're okay. And a lot of the time, it's like, You feel a sense of guilt that you owe somebody something for doing this kind thing for you or giving up something for you. They chose to do that on their time. And yes, be appreciative, be grateful. But at the end of the day, and the day will end, you need to make sure that you are also satisfied. You need to make sure that you are also at peace. Because they can live with doing what they did for you. Can you live with giving up you for them? Because that's what you're doing. You gotta at least look at it from the perspective of, if I do this for them, how much time am I losing in retrospect to what they did for me? Because somebody could have given you $100, right? But that $100 could have came from 1 hour of working, as opposed to you trying to pay back that $100 with 10,000 hours of gratefulness. You see? You're not in debt to somebody just because they did a kind act. Kindness is the bare minimum. You deserve your peace. You deserve your time. You deserve your energy just as, no, more than the next person, because it's yours. So you got to choose you. Number 5, and this one is big, so I need y'all to turn up the volume. Recognize your worth. Nobody's time, energy, and efforts are more valuable than yours in your own life. Let me say that again. Nobody's time, energy, and efforts is more valuable in your life. This is your life. This is the life you live every day, and there's no escaping it until you die. So you might as well. You, for the very least of it, should be choosing you. Should be saying, I don't deserve that and I will not tolerate. Those are the kinds of words you need to be using for yourself to make a boundary so big that if somebody tried to cross it, they'd have to jump so damn high, they'd break a leg. There's no reason at any given point or time that you feel like somebody else's time, energy, and effort goes above yours in your own life. You sound desperate to be around them, and in this life, it is too short to be desperate to hang around people who don't serve you correctly, who don't want to hang around you the way that you deserve to be hung around. Y'all got people who aren't even inviting you out on friend dates, in your head judging you. You have to make it make sense for yourself. Stop letting people rule over you and your thoughts. It's not worth it. No matter how you flip it, no matter what story you want to tell yourself, it doesn't make sense. Nobody is worth more than you are in your own life. And the only person that can deem that a fact is you. But it is a fact. You are the most important person in your life because you have to live with you and then you have to die with you. I need y'all to understand that there are no do-overs. You get one time. Yeah, we could believe in reincarnation. We can believe in our higher powers. Whatever you believe in, I'm here for it. But this body, it only gets old one time. Nobody on God's green earth is redoing it. You don't become a baby again. There's not going to be a little Makita. Makita is 22 and she's only going to be 23. I need y'all to understand your worth today. Do it now. Let's figure this out now. There's no way you're living in 2024 putting somebody else over yours after you work so hard to be who you are. Absolutely not. Figure it out. External validation is the #1 reason that you will suffer. No suffering. Not in this life. Number 6, and this one really brings it home because it's so important to understand. You have to remind yourselves that everybody's happiness, anybody's happiness besides your own, is not your problem. If somebody is not happy in their own life, that's their problem. They need to talk to whoever and get that sorted out. If your parents wanted a doctor in the family, they should have went to school for it. If your boyfriend wants you to do his laundry, he should have stayed at home so his mom can do it. It is not your job to make other people happy. It is theirs. Because one thing I know in this life is that you have a choice. You chose to try to put that dependency on me. But I'm not gonna let it happen. Boundaries higher than you can jump. That's the quote for this year. Boundaries higher than you can jump. Because I'm not letting myself be stressed for you. Not in this life. You gotta pick another one, friend. I need you guys to let go of how people perceive you when you make these choices and pick what you value most, because those are also forms of people pleasing. Even if you're not directly saying I'm doing this for them, I'm doing it for how they will see me. Because sometimes people won't tell you how they feel. They'll treat you the same way, but you're so scared of their judgment that you don't do it anyways. And I need you guys to do it anyways. If you feel like walking your dog at 6 p.m. is much better than walking it at 5 a.m. because there's a stalker at 5 a.m., do what you gotta do. Don't let people judge you for waking up early, because there's this whole trend of people who wake up early think they're better than other people. You think I'm better than you. I never said that. You see, like, stop making what other people may think decide for you what you're gonna do. Because if they didn't say it, don't even listen to them. And even if they do say it, don't listen to them. People pleasing is really just a delusion that you think that somebody else's life is worth more than yours. And I'm here to tell you that that is false. People pleasing is just letting people play in your face for free on your time. And I'm sorry I had to be the one to lay it out like that, but that's exactly what it is. Stop letting people run over you just because you want them to see you in a better light. If they can't see you for you in the best light possible, then they're not even meant to be in the room. If you let people waste your time and energy, why would they put your time over theirs? If you're putting yourself last, why would they ever think to put you first? Y'all have to make it make sense, not for me, but for you. You're living your own life. You're walking in your shoes every day. It is not that I want y'all to feel like I need to get over this lifestyle. It is how can I better manage my life so that it fits me in the highest version of it. Y'all are lowballing yourselves. Y'all are lowballing your time, energy, and efforts. Anything you do for somebody else is worth more than what you are giving it, because you're giving up your time and your efforts that you could have been putting to yourself or to something else, and you gave it to them, and you're giving them all the glory and all the happiness when really it should have went to you. I just can't help but feel like y'all are forgetting that you're worth more than anything money, time, and energy can buy on this planet. There's only one of you. I need y'all to remember that every time you make a decision in your life, anytime you choose to do something to better yourself in this category, there's only one of you. One holding you to a standard, one protecting you and that standard, the boundary. One of you who can feel all the, whatever it is, the anger, the happiness that comes from every action you choose to make every day. Your uniqueness is your power. Don't ever forget that, no matter what stage of life you're in. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram at Makita, MAK3DA_. Follow my business page on Instagram at luxempulse, and follow my business page on TikTok at luxempulse. And I will see y'all in the next one. And I don't know what kind of video it's gonna be, but I just hope that by the time I make it, y'all stop pleasing these people who have no time, energy, and efforts for y'all. Cut them